She feed them lies with his silverware. She don't want love, she just wanna share.
Off top, want to give a shout out to Think Before You Sleep. He covered this video rather recently, and it was my first time ever seeing it, so I really felt there was a lot of meat on the potatoes to get into this. So without further ado,
feminism has become something of a dirty word in certain circles.
Lately, a lot of high-profile women like Shailene Woodley, Meryl Streep, and Marion Cotillard have gone on record saying they are not feminists.
So this video was done 5 years ago. All right. I think that's one of the most important parts to remember about this. And it's even then they were recognizing and knowing exactly what type. I mean, shoot, for the longest, you've had folks that's been out here crying, and I don't want to say crying, but pointing out the gigantic hypocrisies and in inconsistency in a lot of feminist rhetoric and within the feminist ideology within itself. So, you know, this video isn't geared towards us guys. It's geared towards women to try and convince women that no, you're still a feminist. No, like if anybody can be it, then is it really worth anything? I would think is the greater takeaway from the pushing of the ideology.
There's even a group called Women Against Feminism.
But
you know, actually, let's go back and read a few of those, boys. Hold on.
It's called Women Against Feminism.
Women Against Feminism. I don't need feminism because I support equality, false god, and because feminists take liberties to speak, scream, bitch, for all women in matters I don't support, like the systemic oppression of men and their rights victimizing women. I don't need feminism because, okay, that one, there's not a full thing. I don't need feminism for any reason. I don't need feminism. Feminism promotes making our enemies men aren't our enemies, anti-feminist. And to an extent, yeah, true. I mean, it's an ideology, right? And like any ideology, it creates zealots. But the thing about feminist zealotry is it is completely it is completely emotion driven, right? It's not a logic to it at all. You're just left there perplexed as to what the hell not even what just happened, but why just happened, right? So it's an ideology. And as an ideology, like with any ideology, you can always go too far. And even back 5 years ago when this was made, a lot of women were recognizing, yeah, we've taken it a bit too far. And we need those women to, like I said in a previous video, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because the best type of women are women who we don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like are just completely out in the wild because they're quiet and reserved and keep to themselves. But you know, that and really spend most of their time within their feminine, within their natural feminine space. But you know, I don't know how you make more of them. Like, I could not tell you for the life of me how you make more of them, but please, more of that, please.
But what are these women really saying when they declare they aren't feminists?
Oh, what are they really saying? And by the way, like 15 years ago, the black chick definitely strokes. Yeah, right now with the Hebrewish chick, definitely strokes. But you know, I mean, still, it's me, guys. I am one of the most generous men on the planet, according to you.
What they think they're saying is, I don't hate men. I love men.
I don't think women are better than men.
I'm not that kind of woman. You know, the crazy, bra-burning, feminazi kind. I'm a cool woman.
Golly. What a cope, huh? What a cope. So what they're trying to do, like, they're telling these women what they, and this is something that women really, really excel at, the idea of hive mind. Like the idea that, well, just because you're a woman, you should be, you know what I'm saying, we should be 100% on board. It's us against the boys and all this other shit. And it's due to a lack of respect for the next person's autonomy. And for all of our faults, gentlemen, I really believe that's where us as men at our biological functions, or at a biological level, that's where we excel at, respecting each other's autonomy. Like, this is pretty hilarious.
I don't want to put women above men.
For anyone who needs a refresher, this is what feminism means.
Okay, I'm just going to assume she's going to start talking, but she's like, this, and she points to another, you know, strong and independent, more than likely, say about like 93% chance that we're about to hear from a strong and independent.
Its core.
Feminist, a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Hating.
But that is the thing. There is no such thing. That is why I say the equality is a false god, and you should not look to worship it at all. I am sorry. Okay? That was a Hotel Rwanda. Anyways, no. Once again, equality is a false god. So it was like, oh yeah, well, we need 100% down the board equality outcome for both men and women. And I'm sorry, but in free nations, that's just, it's impossible. When you have a free society, people gonna do what they want to do. All right. And I genuinely believe the woman who decides to be a good mother and a decent housewife carries even more value than the woman who decides she wants to go out and have it all and be any and everything to everybody and bang with the boys and all that other stuff, primarily because the one that's decided that, yeah, she's going to be a housewife and raise the kids and everything else like that, she's the one who is trying to prop up the next generation, as opposed to the more self-centered and narcissistic feminine whims of me. I'm the exact same thing as a man, and you're not. I'm sorry, I love you to death, but you're not.
Men and being a feminist are actually not connected at all.
Bullshit.
Not even a little bit.
Bullshit.
Feminism is about equality of the sexes. But right now, one sex has a lot more power than the other.
You don't say, huh? Because here's the thing. You can make the argument both freaking ways. Both freaking ways. But at the end of the day, to a man and to a woman, your choices are still yours to make. All right? Men are not systematically oppressed based on their... I'll tell y'all. A, first and foremost, equality is false god, and B, women are not are elevated based on their gender in a lot of cases. To which I understand. Like, yo, like, oh yeah, I got this. I need a secretary. Who am I? Or I need an assistant. Or, you know, I want to work with somebody on a regular basis. I would much rather work with a woman, to be 100% honest with you, because shoot, you know, like, because if we have a good enough chemistry, then, you know, that makes me look forward to going into work, as opposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, if you got good enough chemistry with anybody, but let's be real, there's a different level to it. There's a different level to it when it comes to women. But to sit here and pretend as if, oh yeah, well, you know, this isn't like, these arguments can't particularly go in both directions. I think that's one of the biggest fatal flaws that we collectively have, is not recognizing and respecting that autonomy that I spoke of earlier.
Men are not systematically oppressed based on their gender, and that's a fact.
But women are, and that's a fact too.
So if you believe any of the following: reproductive rights.
Oh my God, men have no reproductive rights, right? Equal pay for equal, it's been in law, equal pay for equal work, been in law since the 70s.
Equal pay for equal work.
60s.
Seeing diverse bodies.
Yeah, but not, diverse, but, you know, like, we're talking about, like, the difference between a B cup and a C cup, not particularly. Not particularly, like skin color. I mean, like skin tone and complexion, it's nice. It's a nice addition, but, C cup, B cups, what's that waist size? What's that hip to waist ratio? That whole situation. That's the diversity I want to see.
Ethnicities and gender expressions on screen and in magazines.
Providing education to 62 million girls who...
Oh my God. Like, yo, we give y'all your educations. Like, what woman in the Western United States has been denied an education? Like, please, anybody?
don't have access to it.
And yes, I am talking about back in 2016. Oh, the great long ago. Back then, when were women being, particularly in the West, being denied access to education? Man, these bras, yo, and her lisp is really killing me.
Ending sexual violence.
Having women in government, having women CEOs.
Having women in government increases the bureaucratic plantation and by proxy increases taxes because we're going to spend a whole bunch of money on a bunch of bullshit programs that really shouldn't even exist if you look at it from its most simplest perspective. But no. I ain't sitting here talking about, we just need more. And that goes to what we talk about on this channel more than anything else. I think I'm done here. I'm done with these broads. I'm gonna try to land on a face on a up close of the Hebrewish chick because she's still, you know what I'm saying, like of everybody involved in this video, of the 3 chicks in this video, right? Like if you had to ask, which one? Like, I mean, come on, it kind of goes without question. Anyway, could you imagine the other one with the lisp and just like digging that out? Like, thank the focus, deepeth. Anyways, boys, with that being said, like, seriously, this is nonsense propaganda that, they've been spreading for forever. Just, I saw, Think Before You Sleep do it, and I was like, you know what? I think I have a bit of a perspective to add on to this. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here. Very obvious reasons. Ring the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring. Check me out on Patreon. Actually, go and do me a solid. Go into the description box and go to work. All the links. And speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? This is, this was ridiculous. But once again, 5 years old. And in the time since, there's ratchets out there that are still doing their thing and the like. But I've also, seen a lot of withdrawals and drawing back from the harsher, more radical points of this idea, of this very dangerous and ridiculous ideology. So remember, boys, equality is a false god. And if you disagree, that's what my comment section for. So until the next one.